So League added a $500 skin.
Look, I'm not sure what to say.
Yeah.
Can we go back to the $200 skins? So, yesterday...
Imagine, bro, $200 skins. I remember he made the video about that, and he was like, wow, that's so bad. Now it's more than twice as much.
Riot finally revealed what is happening with Faker's skins. It all started with Faker's mini-documentary getting a teaser.
Yep.
Then we got a semi-cinematic trailer for the skins connected to this. Then we got a reveal of those skins. And then... Then we learned about the pricing.
There it is.
And after testing out just how many players would be buying the $200 skins, Riot decided to step up their game and test out just how many players are able to take a loan to get a skin.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's have a look at what is actually happening here. Of course, all of this is tied to something new called the Hall of Legends, a website that is currently giving honor to Faker. Perhaps the best League of Legends player, who is also just widely considered the best gamer in the world in general. It is truly incredible to see what Faker was able to accomplish. So some kind of giving honor makes sense here.
It is.
I mean, if you just scroll through the website, you will see some quick recaps of what
Well, I
Faker...
would say he probably is the most well-known gamer in terms of like being a successful, like competitive gamer. I can't think of anybody else who's more well-known than he is. Shroud? Shroud's not competitive. Shroud was competitive. I'm talking about now. Ninja? Ninja's not competitive. Like, obviously, like, of all time, it's hard to compare, like, esports from 15 years ago versus now.
did. After which, the website immediately dives into the Halls of Legends event. That's right, this is not just about giving honors to the players.
Yeah.
It is also about the players giving up their money. However, as much as we may be joking here, the first microtransaction that's revealed here is pretty good. At least compared to other league standards. Because remember, all in-game purchases are subjective because Riot are
all in-game purchases are a waste of money. They're all a waste of money. Now, you can choose to waste your money and it's fine. You can do that. There's nobody stopping you. But it is a waste of money.
one setting up the prices. So first we got the Hall of Legends event pass. That's right, we got a whole new battle pass with this, which is still priced within League's reasonable window. Although it is still about $5 more expensive than all the other passes.
Right.
So for about $20, expect 100 levels of unlockable rewards. And here, I really want you to remember that this has 100 rewards.
Okay. That's a lot.
Just keep that 100 in your head.
Okay.
And here you honestly get quite the bang of rewards. The main prize here is going to be the Risen Legend LeBlanc, which is your standard epic quality skin. Together with this, you will also get all the SKT T1 skins for all the champions that Faker played, 125 Mythic Essence, which is pretty good, that is about one half of one of the most prestigious skins, and a lot of Faker-themed items. There are 14 new icons and emotes, the Broccoli Baron title, which is an obvious joke about Faker and the broccoli, the Hide on Bush Ward, which I believe is a reference to Faker waiting in bushes with his Rise, the Unkillable Demon King banner, which is another reference to his nickname, and 6 loot orbs, each of which should have at least one skin inside.
Okay.
So as you can see, for about $20, that is a lot.
That's not awful, right? I mean, in terms of the world of microtransactions, this seems to be better than the average.
Would actually say that is a pretty good purchase if you play League of Legends a lot.
Sure.
Because remember, it is still a battle pass. You have to play the game to get all of these. You don't just get them, even though that's what you paid for.
Right.
But alas, such is the fate of battle passes. So far so good, right? Wrong!
Oh!
Let's have a look at the second microtransaction.
And more.
Here, you can buy a standalone skin. A skin that has some legendary quality features, but it is not a full rework of the animations.
Yeah.
Still, this one will cost you $50. which in reality is a whole bundle. You can't actually buy this skin as a standalone item. Now this bundle will also give you the Hall of Legends Battle Pass, which means that technically the skin is only $30. But it is a marketing trick. They still made you buy things in bulk. So
yeah, I think that's always annoying.
In reality, the price stays at 50.
It's 50 bucks.
And what makes this one special is not
just...
just...
if the only way to get something is that object itself, then it's 50 bucks. Then it's however much the way to get it is.
Faker's name attached to it. It does have some unique features. The skin has a special taunt that actually gives you a number of all your takedowns. And that's kinda it. You also have your special border and an icon and an emote. But those are kinda standard these days. And no, I don't count getting the actual champion as a bonus.
Okay.
So on top of the quality of a normal epic skin, you are just paying extra $10 for an emote that shows you your takedowns. Which is not the best, but it is still not that bad. No, if we want to go bad, we need to turn a microtransaction into a macro transaction. And we do that by raising the price 6 times. That's right, as the gaming company trend goes these days. This skin has multiple tiers for purchase. I mean, where did Riot get this idea? Ubisoft? And yes, we are jumping.
If you buy this, you're an idiot. I mean, like, let's just be real. This is the price of a PlayStation 5. Now, you can be an idiot, but, like, and I'm an idiot. Like, I've spent a lot of money on video games. I bought the Path of Exile $480 supporter edition. But to be fair, I got a hoodie with that, okay? So, like, am I really stupid? Because I got a hoodie is over there. But, like, really, that's a lot of money, too. You'd be an idiot, but this is crazy. It's a ridiculous price. It's a crazy, outrageous, like, I can't believe that we're in a world where this is normalized, right? Like, this is just the way things are now. This is crazy.
Jumping up from the price of $50 all the way to 32,000 RP, or in other words, about $300.
Jesus.
That is already more than the $200 skins. And this one is not even part of a gacha system, so you have to buy it for that high price directly. It's supposed to be better. I'm not sure if it is. Well, as it tends to be, upon seeing this high price, people usually look at what they can get for that price to see if it is justified. So, let's have a look at what we get. So, for the extra $250, you get...
Well, it's not. Like, I'm just gonna speedrun this. It's not justified. This is outrageous. This is an outrageous ask. It is crazy. How is it even a question?
An upgraded version of the skin. This skin has an extra feature. It evolves. Based on the video, you get credit for destroying structures or killing opponents, and after getting enough points, the skin evolves. Which pretty much just turns her dress black and it turns her tails into a bunch of foxes. Admittedly, it looks pretty good. And there is also a third evolution, which essentially turns the skin into a prestige version, but that's only up during her ultimate. So when the ultimate goes off, she transforms back. Although while it's up, apparently she also gets unique HUD elements on screen. Now, if you look directly...
You're gonna do it? All right. Go ahead, get do it.
Directly at all the things listed here in this bundle. You have the unique transformations, which we just mentioned, but here we learned that each transformation also has unique voice lines. But apparently, the skins also get a custom visual announcer, which I assume is not a new voice for the announcer. It should really be just a new border around the words First Blood. Then this skin also has a unique animation for destroying towers and killing enemies. It is this fox slamming down, which looks like a finisher from Valorant. And all things considered, this should be an entirely new thing. As far as I am aware, finishers don't exist in League of Legends, even though they exist in every other Riot game. So from a marketing perspective, I have to advise you. Don't get baited into buying an expensive skin because it has some features which other skins don't. Eventually, after this feature gets tested, it is extremely likely we will see other finishers in the game.
He's very right about this. This is probably the best point that he's brought up. That yes, if this is received well and people like the idea of this, then yes, this is going to become normalized. It will only be $300.
Maybe it will be turned into a separate cosmetic. That's what would make sense. Once the Pandora's box gets opened, it will be everywhere. And it happens in literally every live service game ever. So don't buy it just for the finisher. Anyway, next, it also gets mentioned that you get everything from the previous bundle.
Obviously.
So, pretty much just the border icon and emote, and also the battle pass. There is also a holographic immortalized splash art, which sounds way too cool for an animated splash art which you are only going to see during Champion Select. So you will see it exactly for like 60 seconds. There is also a dynamic profile background, which I assume is the exact same animation.
Oh my fucking god, bro! What fucking dude? How do you do this?
How does this happen? How does this happen? How does this happen? I don't understand how this happens.
Which you can see on screen right now, except you will see it on your profile.
Yeah.
An immortalized border, so a cooler version of the previous border. And new icon and emote. So a cooler version of the previous icon and emote. So really, you don't get much from the previous pack. And that should be what justifies the $250. It means you
I thought it was 300. This is the extra stuff.
are paying for the transformation
$250
feature, and
more.
that is honestly it. You are raising it from an epic skin to a legendary skin for $250.
Right.
But if you look down there,
there's another one.
You know that's not it.
Yep.
We all know that there is also the third bundle.
Of course.
Let's rip the band-aid off. So, for over double the price, or 59,260 RP, or in other words, almost $520.
There it is. There it is. That's value? Yep. $520 skin. Man. I love video games. Aren't video games great? I wonder who decided that it would be this much. Like, because, you know, obviously they're going to have pricing conversations about the game. And I wonder, like, who was the guy that was like, well, let's do it at 490. And then this guy gets overruled by the guy who says, all right, well, how about 550? And, like, you know, they negotiate and they come down to $520. Yeah, Mr. Krabs, is that it? I just don't get it, man. This is like the Apex Collection events? I guess so. This is nuts. They know that there are rich people out there that will buy it. I think that a lot of people will buy it. I absolutely think so. Imagine trying to explain any of this to a hunter-gatherer. Imagine trying to explain any of this to somebody over 50.
The new features better get mind-blowing. And you know what? They will blow
They are mind-blowing. It's ridiculous. I couldn't believe it.
I'm just not sure it's gonna be in a good way.
Yeah.
So, on top of the skin evolving for another $250,
Jesus.
which overall is more than the minimum wage of many countries around the world, the skin gets a new Faker's signature move.
What
which
is it?
shows Faker above Ari. Yeah. Also, you have...
That's it? Man. Wow.
Faker's structure finisher, which gives you a bit of red smoke around the tower when you destroy it and a signature pops up. Next, you also have the final boss Faker title, which, first of all, that is a weird title.
It is a
Would
weird
I
title.
be the final boss Faker Necrit? Doesn't really have the ring to it. But
Yeah.
also, I am pretty sure people will get bullied if they are caught with this title, just like they have with the $200 Jin skin. Then, of course,
That's good. Finally, people are getting bullied for spending a ridiculous amount of money on something like this that is so silly. This is, yes, I've been waiting on this for a long time.
there is yet another border with yet more icons and emotes. So again, the previous ones lose their value. There is also a new signature splash art, which is exactly the same as the previous one, except this one is signed. Just to remind you, that is a digital signature on your screen for $500. Then it mentions you also get everything from the previous bundles, which is pretty much the transformation feature of the skin and the battle pass. You also get a special chroma recolor of the LeBlanc skin, and a special recolor for all the T1 skins of the champions that Faker played. But lastly, and most importantly, you also get 100 pass levels. Now let
you
me
insta-complete
ask you
it?
a question. Do you remember the thing I told you to remember?
Yeah.
That's right.
100
Why
levels of
play
content.
a game that gives you rewards, which you paid for, when you can pay $500
To get the
and
rewards.
just skip everything and get all the rewards at once? What's crazy about
My understanding is that, especially in places like China, they have like such a huge culture of flexing on people and like showing off that they have money. I bet tons of people are gonna buy this. I do. I bet they're gonna buy this like crazy. It's called face culture. Yeah, I'm not sure all the details, but yeah, we don't. Well, I feel like it's kind of like a newer thing there. So, like, you know, it's taking time for that to catch on. I do that in America. Yeah, but like they also do this. You know, iPhone culture. Yeah, the sin is. Yeah, bro. Imagine. I wonder how popular this is going to be in a place like China. It's really sad because Faker wanted an Ahiri skin from winning Worlds, but he got relegated to this cash grab instead of his last World Championship win. Well, I don't know. Is this the league stuff? Yeah, it is. Why do people even play video games? The people who do this don't even really care about being a gamer. They just want to spend money. Because people want to look like they can spend money. Like, there's everybody all over the place is trying to show off that they have a lot of money. How are we surprised about this? I mean, come on.
this is that, yes, this is literally just you buying a digital signature
Yeah,
and
it's
100
ridiculous.
level boosts. That is it. That is honestly wild. Like, look, if Faker doesn't personally come to my room and sign the tower I just destroyed, I'm not sure if it's worth it. In fact,
So it
now
puts a sign. Oh my god. This is so ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. It's just everything about it's so crazy. It's not about showing off. I have a bunny who pays for almost every skin. It's about the FOMO and lack of skills, so he feels better if he at least looks good, his words. So if you suck at the game, you can buy a good skin, and at least you know that you have more money than the people that are beating you. Wow. Well, it is what it is, right?
you might be asking, just who is this for? Well, let me tell you, it's for all the people who buy all the skins, regardless of what they are. To which you might argue,
Oh my God.
those people don't exist. To
They
which I
do.
would reply, oh yeah, they do. I have the receipts. Those people are real.
60k isn't that bad. Try getting 1600 plus skins as a 0.1% league whale. This is good news for me. That's pretty cheap. I can't wait to get closer to 1700 skins. What's the average price of a skin? $10. Okay, let's say it's 10 to 20. Let's say $14. So at least, like, at the very minimum, right? It's going to be about $20,000. Man, it's just like what I said, man. Free-to-play games, those are the most expensive ones.
They scare me, dude. Now, throughout all of this, I have to let my opinion out. And the truth is, I don't really care what Riot is selling. It's a skin, and fortunately, a skin can't ruin gameplay. Of course, there are exceptions. So is League worse because this skin got released? Arguably not. So I'm not mad at Riot or anything like that. I just think they've gone mad. Because I don't. I think that if you're stupid enough to buy a $500 skin, Riot has a moral obligation to do it. Because if you're that stupid, the best thing for everybody will be getting that money out of your hands as soon as possible. Like before you do something even dumber. Like, Riot is doing you a favor. They're doing the world a favor by getting that $500 out of your pocket as fast as they possibly fucking can. It's a public service. It is. This is a public service. And so, no. Like, they'll do it again. Yes, if you spend money on this, you deserve it. That's it. Losers lose. If you like shit, you'll be served shit regularly. That's right. Do you still think WoW would benefit from being free to play considering shit like this? I think they should have a longer extended trial, yeah. But like, oh, wow. Well, WoW is worse. You can literally buy gold in WoW. Like, WoW is worse than this is. Why stop at $500? Why not $50K? I mean, I think that's a great question. Yeah, that is a great question. Why not charge $500? Sorry, $50,000. Yes. I completely agree. No idea who could even greenlight this. Also, I am mad. The drama is not over. You'll see some pretty awful things coming in
Thank
just
God.
a second.
Okay,
anyway,
here we go.
This is supposed to be a celebration of Faker. Instead, it is a celebration of the people who can afford to celebrate Faker. And honestly, I don't think that's gonna be many.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. It definitely probably feels bad for fans that this is the case. It's a pretty good point.
I think a lot of people will buy the base $50 version.
It's only
That's
$50,
gonna be way
guys.
more people than you probably think. A slightly smaller chunk of all of those people will actually go for the $250.
I just heard this. Somebody says in some poorer countries like Argentina, you can literally buy Riot points as installments. Good. Good. Like, I wonder at what point when you're buying video game items on installments, do you think to yourself, am I fucking up right now? Wait, am I being a fucking idiot? Oh.
It sounds ridiculous, but I actually believe that. But hopefully not too many people get baited into the $500 bundle.
I think that, like, this is the future of gaming, guys. The future of gaming is like real life, where the people that have a lot of money beat you before the game even starts, and you're just happy to be alive. You're lucky to even be alive. They've infested gaming. It's pay to win. That's just the way it is. Everyone should spit on this? Yeah, but they're not going to. 3-day early access. That's right. Second mortgage for game skins. This is mega bait. It is, but that's what happens.
That one is a joke. And what's the dumbest part about all of this?
Yes.
Is that I don't think Faker even gets a cut from this.
He does.
Like,
He gets 30%.
If
That's
Faker
what it
gets
said.
90% of all the profits.
Yeah.
A lot more people would feel better about their illusion that they are actually
Yeah.
supporting an individual. But it's more likely that
His
Riot
team?
will
Oh,
get most
I didn't
of
know
the
that.
profits.
It's not him,
And
it's his
many
team? Okay.
people will feel like Riot is just leeching off of Faker, which, in this case, that's exactly what they might be doing. So, apparently, that is indeed what's happening. Because on the website, they confirm that
Oh,
30%
I see. Okay, so it's a team that gets... Okay, got it.
of the profits...
Do you think at some point the scales will tip too far against pay-to-win game companies that we get new, quality, interesting game developers again? No, I don't think so. I think that you're always going to have games like Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate, and, you know, like Another Crab's Treasure, Blasphemous, like games that are not pay-to-win, that have nothing like that at all, and it's completely aside from the point. But you'll also have games that are more pay-to-win, and the truth is that most people are conditioned to be okay with pay-to-win. The majority of the world is okay with pay-to-win. Like, and this is outside of gaming. Like, obviously, whenever you're talking about gaming, it sounds bad. But, like, I'm talking about, like, the average people. Because, like, think about how many things in life are pay-to-win. You go to a concert, there's VIP tickets. You go to a restaurant and, you know, like, if it's an expensive restaurant, you know, you can't eat there if you don't have the money. Like, everything in life is pay to win in some way or another. Like, video games are like one of those things that aren't pay to win. That's why it's like, yeah, reject modernity. Yeah, but it still is. Stadium seats. Yeah, healthcare is pay to win. Well, it's pay to live. But yeah, basically, pay to win becomes a status symbol. It is. Like, for example, people that have expensive cars. Like, that is a skin. Like, you understand, like, you know, somebody has a Lamborghini. You have a Honda Civic. This isn't a functional advantage. They're going 30 miles an hour. You're going 30 miles an hour, because if they go 200, they go to jail. They have no advantage because of a Lamborghini. They can't even do that. They have to follow the speed limit. They still have to follow the speed limit just the same as everybody else. So it's the flex. It's a skin. It's not even a pay to win. It's just a fucking skin. And they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on it. And also keep in mind that, like, so let's look at voting. You vote, you have one vote. A guy that has $1 million votes, he has one vote. But think about this. You play a game, you vote, you're not going to spend money. He plays the game, he votes, he's going to spend $500. Well, he just had 500 votes. You just got outvoted. Whales make up such a big portion of gaming revenue. It is insane. It's the same thing as everything. Like, look at the amount of, like, wealth disparity. Like, oh, the 1%, like, I could do a Bernie Sanders. Oh, 1% of people have 81% of all the wealth in America. And he's right. He's fucking right. But people just don't give a shit. They're used to it. Exactly. They're supporting the game with money. The whales need us. But the truth is that every minnow is only a temporarily embarrassed whale. And they believe that one day, if they work hard enough and they keep clocking in at McDonald's, that one day they can buy the legendary skin. There's an entire ecosystem around it. Delulu whales, that's right. Do you feel whales are not fulfilled in life? I don't think that there's a singular... There is not a singular, like, personality matrix of whales. There are some whales that are poor and stupid. There are other whales that, you know, they spend $800,000 a month, and they only spend $50,000 a month on video games. Like, this isn't even in the top 3 things that they're wasting money on. And they're having a great life. They're super happy. So, no. That's not the case with all of them. There's no universal matrix. It's a spectrum of whales. That's right. This is the modern incarnation of conspicuous consumption. I mean, no, this is just another version of it. Yeah, I mean, there it is. It's the ecology of whales. It is, right? And you need the whales and the little tunas and the little minnows and the little, like, oh, it's little fish. The reason why they're there is that they think that one day, if they work hard and pull themselves up by their gills, they will once, at one point become a whale. That's it.
Will go.
But then they just end up at Red Lobster.
The entire
or
team,
Wong Jong
which
Silvers.
is reasonable because Faker wouldn't be where he is without a team.
Yeah.
But not only is the 30% cut quite bad, but that also means that Faker directly gets even less. So overall, the situation is not amazing. But don't worry, we are not done with the drama just yet.
How could I have
Because there
expected
is
that?
one more thing we have to mention. At the very bottom, there is also an FAQ for this skin. And here they talk about how long the event will be up for, what the Hall of Legends is about. They even talk about how the pricing was decided. Long story short, it is for those who are looking to
Flex culture, boys. I want to make a pay-to-win gacha game, but I want to make sure that the game is as dystopian as possible. I want to do it to where, like, poor people have to be slaves to people that spend money. If I can't have that interaction, it's not worth doing. Like real life? Yeah. No, for sure, right? And there would have to be systems that would encourage... I think it could be a really good idea. And I will make the game, and by make, I mean I'd have somebody else make it. I would do it, and I would make it be, like, really cheerful. So it's not like you're a slave. You're like a mushroom worker inside of the Mushroom Kingdom, right? And so, like, it feels good, right? It's not like Pow World. You're a pal, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, pals, like, what's wrong with pals? That's copyrighted? I'll just think of something else. It's okay. A happy slave in a happy kitchen. Yes, exactly. And I think that this could be a really, really great idea. And if I could do it and make it, like, harder, like, interesting enough to where people would play it, I actually, you know what? I'm really going to think out the mechanics of this game and how everything would fit together. Because my goal would be to create the most disgusting social outcome possible, because I think that's what would get the most people to play it. That's a really good idea.
their fandom.
Yeah, I really like this.
$500. Yeah, do you remember feeling pride and accomplishment? Also, in another question, they mentioned that this will return annually.
Of course.
Yep. Riot plans to release a new $500 skin every year. But that's not the worst part. Somehow, things get far worse. And I mean, this is the bottom of the barrel of predatory practices. Because after setting up this ridiculous...
By the way, my opinion, I don't think this is predatory. The reason why I don't think that it's predatory is because you're getting what you're paying for, and it's not a mandatory purchase. I think predatory transactions should be ones that take advantage of a weakness. And I think that if you want to use the argument that FOMO is a weakness, you would paint with such a broad brush that at that point, all marketing is predatory, so the word is irrelevant. Predatory is like raising the price of insulin. This is a skin in a video game. It's ridiculously overpriced, but I don't find it to be predatory. Because you can choose not to be a victim. Does that make sense?
And after trying to bait people into buying something they will absolutely regret buying the next
It's not predatory,
year,
it's just
they
absurd.
drop the sickest line on the entire website. At current, this content is meant to be available for limited time only.
That's
and there
right.
are no plans
That's
to bring
right.
these cosmetics back.
Absolutely.
Likewise, there are no plans to add the Hall of Legends cosmetics to the loot pools, including rerolls.
Well, why would they do that? Because if they did that, then less people would spend the money. No shit. Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about? Yeah, obviously.
That's right. This is a $500 FOMO. If it was just $500...
Yeah, so this is, a lot of people are saying, is this gotcha or not? Let me explain. This isn't gotcha, but it's just this one. It's just it's another type of gotcha. Gotcha comes back eventually. Yep, there it is.
Dollars? Who cares? It's a
Yeah.
skin the world won't burn. But if you say, hey, that's a $500 skin, and it will never return, well, now you are absolutely just baiting people into buying it.
Yeah, of
This
course.
is, without a doubt, predatory, because you are exploiting your own player's impulsiveness.
I don't agree with that, because I think that all marketing is based off of one of the core tenets and core functionalities of marketing is creating a sense of urgency. Almost all tools and types of marketing do this, and sales are also doing this. Like putting something on sale also creates a sense of urgency. So if creating a sense of urgency is predatory, then again, everything is predatory. Is all marketing predatory? Okay, well then it is. Well then how can we distinguish between the bad and the good types of marketing? Well, that we can't, right? You see how this is problematic? Because if everything is bad, which you can technically say is true, you devalue the things that are really bad. It's a spectrum. It is a spectrum. And I do not think this is predatory. I don't fully agree, but the principle is sound. Yes, exactly. It is. It is. You cannot be predatory means that you are a predator. Predators feed on victims. I think that in order for somebody to be a victim, they have to not be able to choose to not be a victim. There is never a point where you are victimized by this. There is no case where you are victimized in any circumstance. You are spending money on something, and then you get that thing. That's it. It's not predatory. It's you spent the money, you get the thing.
You know this is what you are doing because this is an extremely common practice in sales. This is garbage. And even though before it was just jokingly bad, with this single line, any solidarity you could have had before was just destroyed.
Yeah.
I understand that the feedback will be harsh, and I understand that the prices will not change as a result. But this should not be a limited purchase. There is no reason...
No, it should. I agree with this. I want to actually bring up a point in chat here. And I want to say this. It's a predatory listing an item of out of stock temporarily in a sale they know people are procrastinating with in the stock. The reason why this is predatory is because they are lying. You are buying something under a false pretense. You understand? This isn't the same thing. You're never being lied to. You're buying a piece of shit, and they say, here's a piece of shit. It's $500. And you say, really? They say, yep. Buy it now or we're going to get rid of it. So you buy the piece of shit. Well, now you have a $500 piece of shit. You got exactly what you paid for.
To do it, and you are
Most of you could argue here is artificial scarcity. It is. It's artificial scarcity. It's stupid. But a lot of it works.
Purchase. There is no reason to do it, and you are actually harming people. So please, Riot, reconsider this. And that is the five.
I have to say that I completely disagree that they are harming people with this. I think that if you want to follow the line of argumentation that you are harming people through creating something that takes advantage of their impulsiveness, think about how many people you are harming by allowing the game to exist. How many people have ruined their lives over League of Legends? A lot. So should we get rid of the game? No, because we expect people to have personal accountability. You make your decisions.
$500 skin explained. I honestly don't even know how we got to this point.
Yes.
It all started with prestige skins, then we got some mythic essence, then we got $200 skins, and now we are up to $500.
Naturally.
Like, honestly, what's gonna be next? There has to be a $1,000 bundle one day, right?
I think they should do that. It's a good idea. $1,000 skin.
That is where we are going. There is like nothing else that can be done now.
Yeah, it's smart.
Every video game under the sun has multiple editions that have ridiculous prices. And now, why do skins have the same thing? And what's worse is that it is confirmed...
Because people buy it. That's why. People are stupid and irresponsible with their money, and so they're just taking advantage of that. Like, that's it. Like, people are stupid. They're going to spend money on something stupid, and so they're like, okay, really? All right, well, give us the money. Pretty simple.
Will be coming back annually, so it will be a $500 annual FOMO. And you know what's the worst about all of this? Riot warned us. They warned us with the tag they put on their trailer.
No way. Oh my fucking God. Wow, it doesn't make it right? Yeah, but it also doesn't make it wrong. Like, if you want to make the argument that things should be priced according to their value and doing so is unethical, then I think that's a completely fair argument to make. But I want to see that argument extended completely across the board to all skins and all things in all video games, as well as designer clothes, designer tools, luxury items, and things similar to that. Because I don't want to have a one-dimensional conversation about how video game skins are somehow, some insult to humanity. Let's do it. Yeah, you want to have that conversation? That sounds great. But in my opinion, I disagree. I think that people have every right to put something up for whatever price they want. And people have every right to buy it if they're stupid enough to do so. The only thing I don't think they have a right to is to misrepresent what these people are getting. And unfortunately, and I really mean this, unfortunately, they're not misrepresenting it. They're paying for a piece of shit, and they're getting a piece of shit. There it is. That's like saying $1 million painting shouldn't cost $1 million. Don't complain. If you don't like it, just don't buy it. Yes, exactly. Having people who can't afford it pay more so people can't get a free game seems like a great business model. Why is this a bad thing? I think that people just think the price is too high. They think it's ridiculous. That's about it. Yeah, it's really not that complicated. There's the video. This is a great fucking video. I love this video. People need to stop eating dicks. I think they need to stop eating dicks too. They do. There's a YouTube comment that has 7K likes that says, shut up and take my money. Riot is going to make bank from this. 7,000 plus 5 times 500 is a lot of money. That is $3.5 million. $3.5 million for one comment. That's a lot of money, man. Just in what, yeah, which is guaranteed. Yeah, every person who likes that is legally obligated to buy the skin. That's actually true. You can't tell them to stop eating what they like. Look at WoW. Yeah, I tried, guys. I tried so hard to get people to stop eating shit. I said, guys, look at it. It's not chocolate. You keep telling yourself it is. Just look at it. Please open your eyes. They said, no, we're blind. We can't see what's in front of us. We're not going to look at it. And you know what? They didn't. And now the game sucks because of it. I hope that people keep banning the champion until as a matter of protest. I do. I hope they keep doing it. Fight the good fight, guys. I think it'll be funny as fuck if this happens.